Hi, I'm Steve. This is Fran. Today we're going to talk about integrated refrigerators. Integrated refrigerators are designed to fit behind your panel, so you won't see the difference between your cabinets and your refrigerator. We did one on professional with the compressors on the top. We'll put a link to that in the video, but let's just get started. What do you think?
So we're going to start kind of right at the top here. Let's go with Sub-Zero integrated refrigeration.
Okay. Sub-Zero invented integrated refrigerators back in 1997. They made them in 27-inch, which they no longer make. Yeah. But they make pretty much everything else. You know, you're looking at a refrigerator that is, you can get any kind of combination from column to drawer to all freezer, all refrigerator, all different types of stuff. The only thing they don't make is the French door.
Yeah, interesting.
Which is interesting enough, but any other configuration you can get in a Sub-Zero, and it's made well. They've got the ethylene gas filter, which scrubs the air off, spoiling foods, keep them fresher longer. They've got the best. They've got the best seal. Like you open a Sub-Zero, it's not like opening anything else. It keeps the air out.
The new ones have really phenomenal LED lighting in there as well.
Magnetic crispers.
Internal water dispensers in some models. Yeah. And it's funny because, like you said, the French door, but in their classic series with the compressor on top, they have more French door options than anybody in any different size. So this is really just on the integrated.
It's a hinge thing. Then you have the nanotechnology on the shelving. So if you spill something, it stays on the actual shelf. I think this is probably I think Sub-Zero, other than the availability, this is probably the best refrigerator you can buy.
Tons of combinations.
Most expensive,
but definitely I think from a performance, reliability, longevity, really the dominating play in this market.
Performing the best in our test. I'd give it an S.
Yeah, definitely an S there. Next, let's go Monogram.
And we just started selling Monogram about a year and a half ago.
Yep.
I like the refrigerator lines. Again, you're not going to spend the same amount of money you will with a Sub-Zero, and you're going to get a much better promotions, up to $4,500 with these guys. I like it with the drawer that you can control the temperature. You can be a refrigerator or freezer. It's got an all stainless back. So, you know, with stainless, it absorbs the cold the best.
They actually have like a built-in water pitcher in some of the models with the internal water dispenser. It'll actually fill up a pitcher for you, so kind of unique compared to some of the others.
From a price standpoint, I kind of like it. I would say it's a strong B, low A.
Yeah, low A for sure. Their bottom mounts are new and really haven't been released yet, but they're going to kind of go to that 36-inch French door with the 2 external drawer style there. So we'll see those. They've kind of gotten away from the top compressor model in that style to go with the more integrated there. So
sure.
Let's go with a low A. Let's go SKS next.
SKS is the upper crust of LG. LG is the most reliable brand we sell in terms of refrigerators. You know, and I know that for a lot of people that had problems pre-2019 because of the inverter technology and the compressor problems, but they perfected that and they're beyond that. And that makes them very serious to consider for luxury too. It's quiet. It is, it's actually the biggest. I don't know how they did it. All stainless steel on the inside. It's the biggest you can buy by a cubic foot or two, which is something when you're buying integrated, it's less, you're going to get less total cubic footage because it's the shallowness. But I really like the line. And again, like I said, something you should look at and maybe consider either for this one or next kitchen if you're not comfortable buying something new.
Yeah, they have that new 48-inch French door with the 4 doors, stainless interior, internal water, 2 different kinds of ice with the kind of the craft ice balls as well, convertible drawer. So really kind of gives you everything that you could really want in a refrigerator in that model there too. 3-year warranty across the line. So again, they kind of stand behind the product that way. I'd go with an A there.
I'd go with an A as well.
Next is Fisher Paykel.
Fisher Paykel's got some, in terms of integrated, very expensive refrigerator, top to bottom. But if you're looking for a less expensive alternative, Fisher Paykel's got it less expensive than anything else. Actually, it is the most reliable only because they didn't have water and ice dispensers. Ice is where we have the problems in refrigerators. But they've got the sensors, the refrigerator with all the sensors, with the microprocessor on the top. So it keeps a really good temperature inside, inexpensive. And then you go to some of the other integrated ones. They've got really small ones with a lot of different options. I like the line. From a price standpoint, it's an A. But from a feature availability, not availability, but from a feature standpoint, I think probably a B.
Yeah, maybe. And then the sizing too, especially on their kind of bottom mount professional built-ins. I think they got to get more to that kind of standard sizing there, and I think they'll definitely get there. That kind of price point model, like you said, though, that 36 by 72, where it's really kind of the size of a freestanding refrigerator, but gives you that nice integrated look for half the price, and really the only option there, a great alternative.
Something you should consider.
Yeah, so I think we go B there. Next, Viking.
Now again, we were, I don't have an axe to grind with any company. We were one of the first Viking dealers, and their refrigerators were basically, Amana had that built-in, that experimental. When Amana got sold to Goodman, Viking bought the tooling for their upscale refrigerators. But in order for Viking to actually, for me to be convinced to actually promote it, they'd have to convince me that it first worked. I don't know, the DC compressor that they talk about hasn't changed. I think reliability is an issue. I think they'll fix it. I think they get the right leadership and the right company finally after 15, 20 years. But for me, we don't sell it because I probably wouldn't buy it.
Yeah, and I don't have as much experience again with the brand when it comes to Viking either, but for me, I always lean back on service and the reliability, even if something, it's great to be able to have service, but you don't want to have to service all the time, and I think they lack in both categories there. So what are you thinking? C?
I would say C, but certainly consider it if it's gotten better, American made, and there's something to be said for that. Middleby is a very serious company. If they'd be able to turn it around, then this will be a competitor again, I think.
Definitely. All right, let's go Thermador.
Thermador, the one thing that their big hot seller is the French door that Sub-Zero doesn't have. Stainless steel on the inside. Yeah. I think it's gotten so good. They had Gaggenau as their top of the line, and I don't know the difference anymore. This is a very good refrigerator. Definitely. And I think it's stainless steel on the inside, French door, decent brand, good availability. Again, when you talk about Thermador, Miele, Gaggenau made in the same Turkish plant, I would say this is an A because again, it's less than a Sub-Zero and you get their 1-2 free program behind it.
For sure. And then, the columns really available in a lot of different sizes there. Yeah. They will have kind of all new French door refrigeration that comes out, mid next year or so, where they're going to have 36, 42, 48-inch French doors. So a ton of variety there. Still haven't seen those to this point yet, but those will be coming out next year as well. So really a solid A, I think really good refrigeration. And finally, Miele.
Well, Miele is like Thermador. It's the same box. The difference between that and Miele is lit differently.
Yeah. Good controls.
Yeah, in an apartment I lived in, we had Miele, and it's like you open it up, and it's got those lights on either side. I mean, you can light your whole kitchen by just opening that fridge. And you get the Master Chef controls. Somehow did better in our tests. That did pretty well in our tests. It's the same as a Thermador. You rate Thermador an A, you got to have Miele with a better crisper. It's not stainless in the back.
Correct. Yeah,
it's not stainless yet. Yeah. I'm sure it will be. But I would say it's an A too.
Yeah, definitely an A. Okay, that's it for integrated refrigeration.
All right, so if you like this format, click to subscribe. We'll have more like this. And if you want to see the difference between this and say a professional refrigerator, click this link and thanks for watching.